Hey gang, I'm gearing up for my competition season, and one of the things that I think is an important attribute for my success is a lean body composition. So I wanted to share 3 things that I focus on to help navigate the kitchen as I prepare for competition and start leaning out. Because whether you're preparing for competition or you just want to be healthier from day to day, being reminded of these tips can go a long way if implemented. So let's get to it. There are just a few areas that I put a lot of emphasis on when I want to lean out. One of those is measuring and tracking. I have a general principle that I follow, and that is what gets measured gets attention, and what gets attention will get worked, and what gets worked will change. So ultimately, if I am measuring things, it's gonna grow and it's gonna change. So there are a few things in the kitchen that you can be measuring and tracking that will help you stay and stick to your goals. Now, I don't want to get too deep into the whole goal setting thing, but it is important to have some goals that you know you want to hit that will put you in the direction of achieving your goal of leaning out. And do your best to make these objective. That way you don't have your whole you don't have your feelings playing into it. It's measurable, it's repeatable, it's something that you know you hit. Some examples of these: tracking macros. Something that I do personally, I work with Working Against Gravity. I have a coach that sets my macros for me. My coach assigns me a certain number of grams of carbs, fat, and protein to eat within a day. And I know every day what I'm supposed to hit, what numbers that I need to have clearly, objectively hit at the end of the day. During the off season, it's really easy for me to get a little bit relaxed, start guesstimating on some things, maybe going over on my carbs or going a little bit over on my protein. So when I want to lean out, I just make sure that I'm hitting those numbers spot on. And if tracking macros isn't your thing, you can still measure out serving sizes. I don't know about you, but the first time I measured out a serving of peanut butter, it was literally depressing. Go do it. I guarantee you it is way less than you think a serving of peanut butter really is. But that's a great way to just keep you accountable, something that can keep you within a range so you're not overeating all the time. So next time you're having oatmeal, pour oatmeal into a cup. Actually measure out a half a cup of oatmeal rather than just pouring it into a bowl. That way you at least have something that's holding you accountable. Or maybe for you it's a bag of pretzels and you just actually need to count out the 12 pretzels that are in a serving or whatever it is. This clearly depends on the size of your pretzels. Or one of the easiest ways to just track something is committing to a certain number of meals in a day. That might be 3, that might be 4 or 5, but that is something that you can track at the most basic level, just knowing how many meals you're eating within a day. Whatever it is, find something to measure and find something to track. And another thing that really helps me is just having awareness, being conscientious about what I'm eating. This may seem like a super simple concept, but you'd be surprised at how many people will grab a snack and just start going to town as they scroll through the gram, or they'll toss on some Netflix and just go to town on some snacks. I even found myself yesterday, I went and grabbed some wheat thins and I just started eating them. And then all of a sudden I snapped awake and I was like, whoa, dude, what are you doing? Go grab a bowl, put a handful in there, weigh it out, set that bowl aside, and that's what you get to eat. Put the box away, put it back in the pantry, and this is what you're eating. So just being aware, being mindful, and being present when you're eating is important. For some of you, the easiest thing may just be eliminating some foods from your house. And yes, I mean the house, not just put them in a closet somewhere, get them out of the house. So here's some simple ideas. Eat without distractions. Put the phone away, put the computers away, put the TV away, and be present when you're eating. Eliminate temptation. Genesee and I will only buy foods that fit our diet, so we're not tempted to eat things that aren't helping us get to our goals. And then read nutrition labels. If you have the knowledge and insight, it's a little bit easier to make decisions when it comes to how much food you're gonna eat. If you implement those strategies, you'll just have a whole lot more awareness in the kitchen than you might have right now. And the final area that I focus on a lot is making clear-cut decisions. Decide what you're gonna eat, prepare it, eat it, and then move on. Life shouldn't be just completely centered around food all the time. Food simply fuels us to live our lives. So ideas that can help with that. Ask yourself, what's the best choice that I can make right now? And then don't look beyond that. Get rid of the extra snacking post-meal. Instead, grab a glass of water. Start sipping on that. Oftentimes it will quench and it'll wash away that desire and hunger for more food. And then you heard me mention it earlier with Wheat Thins, but put your serving and put your food on a plate. Don't eat out of the bag. Don't eat out of Tupperware. Get it out onto a plate so it's changed environments and you know, and it's very clear what you're gonna eat. Because this will stop you from reaching for those few extra chips or crackers or whatever it is if the bag is left out. So really, when it comes down to everything, when I wanna lean out, I find ways to hold myself accountable. And I hope that these 3 things can help hold you accountable in ways that will get you closer to your goals. If there are any strategies that help you in the kitchen, I'd love to hear those below. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Clap. Check. Check. I'm just letting the audio adjust so things aren't way too deep. There's just always a temptation to clap whenever the camera turns on. Thanks for the thumbs up. And good. Nailed it.